Thanks for staying with us. You know, this Thursday, and we also like to talk about family. So, this matter, the whole of Nigeria have discussed it. We know, but you see, until YourView discusses it, it hasn't really been discussed. So, recently, there was a CCTV camera caught a Nigerian lawyer who works with the PricewaterhouseCoopers, the PwC, beating his wife or assaulting his wife after barely sending his children away from the living room. In the video, you could visibly hear his wife saying, don't touch me or I'll report to my father. And then he went ahead to assault her. Now, there's an update, excuse me, that Opeyemi Mabawonku that's the name of this man, has rightly been placed on suspension by his company for assaulting his wife, and that he may also be suspended from practicing law once the petition is looked into. Now, the issue is the fact that many people have expressed their opinions on social media, and as usual, the very few questions they're asking on social media is, why would she provoke him? Why is she trying to threaten him to call her father? Why did she release this video to the bloggers? Does this woman doesn't realize that the man is the head of the family? She had no right to talk back to him. Now, that's some of the comments. Others obviously condemned his act and appreciated the fact that he also let the children leave to their room. What are your thoughts? Because this is not the first time we're discussing domestic violence. A lot of women have been crying out for years. A lot of men these days too are crying out for help, saying, I need out. But there are always reasons to stay, and there will always be reasons to stay. You can give us a call on 081-061-1679-09021-63440. You can also send us messages on YouTube and X. We'll be happy to read your comments. What are your thoughts on this video before we now go into the angles of social media people? Amaka?
Okay, yes. So when it comes to domestic violence, you can't question somebody, as in you can't question the victim on how they should react or how they reacted. It's not within, not be you they beat, not be you they collect them. So you cannot tell someone how to react when they're the victim, right? And we need to also find out, was this the first time? Has this been recurrent? Maybe this woman was scared of her life, this has been happening, you know, at the end of the day, she's done. I want out, I'm putting this out there, you understand? So, any form of abuse, violence, whether it's first time, whether it's 50 times, it's wrong. And she's within her right to put it out, like I said, because his office people, look at what his office people did. Immediately they saw that kind of behavior, they suspended him. This is appropriate, which is appropriate. So how much more our public sector? So they suspended, which is what should be done. But people saying that, okay, now that she has put it out there, would the marriage would still sustain? Would they still have a marriage and everything like that? I feel that when you get to the point where you not make it public the way it has been done, that means you're done. So,
Amaka, there's no evidence that she released it to the bloggers. There's a possibility that kind of video she passed to her cousin, her friend, her brother, somebody, her dad, or even her friend, daddy, see what happens. And then the family WhatsApp group, somebody send it, because we don't have evidence that she would actually intentionally take that video to a blogger. So, but it's important to put that out there for Nigerians to see. Let me come to you, Tokwe.
Okay, so for me, reiterating what Amaka said, which is highlighting the fact that we must celebrate proper behavior, and we must seemingly immediately slam and punish improper behavior, because we want it to be clear we don't accept this, it doesn't represent us. Borrowing from our last topic, which is the honorable should have immediately been slammed for doing something dishonorable. Not that he should lose his job, but be suspended, be made to apologize on the floor, because you have embarrassed all of us in these hallowed chambers. You have let them look down on us. That should have been done, because what you don't want, you must shut it down. So this private company has done what they need to do, which is quickly say, this is not what we want to support in our company officially. It doesn't mean that they will lose his job. They might bring him back and say, okay, well, they've resolved the issue. Number two, the fact that the woman has, even if the woman released the video coming out is a cry for help. No question should be asked on what did she do, how did she provoke, what happened. A cry for help, meaning that that's what you'd see as a small beating could have led to her life being lost. According to Ogun State PPRO, somebody received 2 strokes of cane and did 1 minute frog jump, and the person died. Yeah. So it means that anything can lead to death. So this, what that woman survived.
Yesterday,
yes,
her husband slept.
and did not wake up. What that woman survived could have meant her life is lost. You would not be asking, how did she provoke what caused the loss of her life? There is no justification. End of conversation on that point. Then third, the question you asked Amaka, that can there be Amaka raised that, can there be a resolution after you have put it in public? Yes. Couples can hit rock bottom, and that is like, we can't go any further. I didn't believe this would happen, and at this point, I'm willing to do anything it takes to preserve my marriage. And they go for counseling, and the marriage comes back together. Social media people, mind your business. If they come back together and there's no beating anymore, let them enjoy their life.
There's a crucial part of this story that we are not even discussing, which I think I'd like the ladies to help us bring out. The woman was being accused of confronting possible side chick. Now, it goes back to this conversation we have. Should we be confronting the side chick? Because is confronting the side chick, or the potential or the possible or the alleged side chick, that may lead to a battery? Is the confronting of this...
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it to be confronting the side chicks? In this is where you are suspecting somebody. Maybe she's your boss in the office. I have a story of a woman who suspected that her husband was having relationship with his boss. She confronted the boss. Guess what? Right or not, the man lost his job, and that was their means of livelihood.
Foolishness.
So the man, in his own thing, yes, you are mad at me. It was an error, but both of us are now rock, but we don't have anything. There's no salary coming in just because of your anger. So the question is, in a case of infidelity, in this 2024, should women continue to confront the side chick, or should we focus on the man? Because I always get that. I have another very close friend that this happened to her very recently. I'll let you come in, YK. Very recently, and she's somebody like me, exposed, has information, knows what to do and what not to do. And she saw the person, so she heard that she found out who her husband was having an affair with. And she called me that, Mariah, I'm in front of her house. I want to enter. I just saw her walked in. And I'm just parked here. She parked there for like 3 hours. And I kept saying, Auntie,
don't go keep pressing you.
No, and just stay in your house. Just stay. Maybe it satisfies you that you are there, but don't enter that place. She kept calling me every 30 minutes. Mariah, I'm still here. I said, I know, I kept calling her every 30 minutes. I said, I'm still here. I said, don't enter. Once you are satisfied, go back home. You have no business with this woman. So, YK, why are women, or is there justification for women confronting these women?
There is no for me, there is no justification. Other people might think otherwise. For me, there is no justification. I would never confront the side chick. The person I have business with is my husband, my man, my boyfriend, whoever, not the babe. If you remember, we watched one that was at the shopping center in Ikeja. That she confronted and the side chick beats nonsense in her body. So you have that, side chick may have more power than you, and then give you the serious beating that you are looking for. You are the one that went to look for trouble. So I don't know, but I don't think that it's warranted him beating her.
Yeah.
We agree.
If she confronted, you can fight, you can quarrel, you can walk out of the marriage, but
you have no right
to hit her, because if she had knocked her head on the it looked like a marble table or something. If she had knocked her head, he would be facing Kenny.
Murder.
So I think, but you see, I think one thing that we're missing in this country is that course on anger management. We really need anger management. The Honorable is anger management across his own. This one is anger management. We are not managing, and we are very angry people. We are very angry people because we are hungry. A hungry man is an angry man.
And we're very expressive.
So we are angry people. You are inside the one downfall comes from you. You can come out. You stupid, you are angry. So we need. So I think to people who please start doing anger management courses.
This anger management course. I'll come to you, YK, in a second. See, the reason I have an issue with this anger management course, because the anger management we learn from Obodo Yimbo doesn't work here. The kind of resolution you're giving them, because there's a special anger.
You should study our own
customize
style.
the anger management in this country, because it's a different anger. Because I've gone to a few of these therapies and I hear what their textbook, you see, you do this one, you do this affirmation, and I'm thinking, all these things you are doing, this is Nigerian, it's not how it's going to, you're not going to fix this Nigerian problem. Yeah, I keep hitting this thing. You're not going to fix this Nigerian problem. We need to learn anger management the African way, because there's a special anger.
That's going to come and teach
Exactly. That's why when you make your husband go to anger management, he still doesn't get help. He doesn't fix the problem.
But they don't go. Many people don't go, actually.
But the few men that have gone, they don't. It's their own decision. I chose to reduce my anger. I mean, we chose. It was not anger management that helped me.
You go to anger management that is a Nigerian trained anger manager. You don't go to Oyibo trained anger manager.
To
the person that person too is having downfall problem. Downfall has jammed him.
Exactly.
That's where you will go.
As Bande problem. As Bande.
See.
There was a yesterday.
Go and put on AC in my house.
No, Auntie Eddie, need to tell you this story. The man driving a Prado, he was right in front of me, around this estate bus stop, like you're coming towards from Ogudu. And I saw the man, two guys were trying to harass him. It was traffic. So I think, usually what has been happening in traffic, people will just come to your window, knock the window to sort of harass you to collect money. And I saw this man driving his car to the bridge, to hit the bridge, so as to sort of like crush them. I'm like, this man is not thinking, that your car is worth much more than what you will give the people. So you are now using your car to crush the people that are disturbing you without thinking of the impact on your car. It just brought you to my mind when we're discussing anger management. That people are dealing through a whole lot. That they're not processing straight. They're just reacting.
Somebody tell you, giving speaking.
But we do have a lot of localized coaching knowledge. That is not the glamorous ones are the tush ones, glamorous ones, they're the ones that they're not really being effective. There are several of them that are doing local research to help, because Nigeria, if you go to the Niger Delta area, my in-laws are from Niger Delta, Edo Delta. Just talking to them normally, their voice is very high-pitched. At every conversation, you think, are we fighting? And we think we shout in Yoruba land, go to Niger Delta. Everything is like we are fighting, is aggressive.
Let me give you gist.
And we need people to help us manage it. It's in our blood already.
Let me give you one gist. Sorry, Amaka. Let me give you one gist.
You always give my pay.
That same gist.
We were on tour.
We've told us like 100 times. I tell you.
Some viewers were not there.
I've not heard it too.
You have not heard it. We were on tour. And we were in this posh area. And all the band were talking. Just gisting. Police came and knocked on our door. Who is fighting? No, their neighbors have complained about you, and we're only just talking Nigerian way. Nigeria, we are very loud. We are talking above generator sound.
Yeah.
We are talking above TV.
I've also shared my own story 100 times. When I newly arrived in the US, my brother's wife, Auntie Desola, when I was in their house, and I was talking to her, Auntie Desola, the bread has finished in the house. Brian, I'm right in front of you. You don't have to shout. I heard you. The bread has finished. I'll get another one. Every small time, I'm always shouting in her presence. Okay, Brian, I'm in front of you now.
Hey, but even here, you're always shouting.
You're always shouting.
I know they're shouting. Mikey, do you know how you shout? I'm trying to compete with your shouting. Yes. You're always shouting.
I agree. When you're not on set, the shouting is not the
You're
same.
always shouting. Please, I have this call from Yakub. Good morning, Yakub, you're alive. Yes.
When Atiede is around, it's different.
When she's not around, am I not calm? I'm very calm.
I'm going to record you
Yakub,
next time.
you're alive. Go ahead, please. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Even though you kept me long, but no problem. Yeah, good morning, everyone. And then, Sister, you're welcome, ma. Good morning, ma.
Thank you.
Yeah, easy for me from the first topic. Let me use one example here in Lagos. Is it some people that believe that they are on top of every one of us, especially those political office holders? If you look at BRT here in Lagos today, you will see some certain car pass same BRT that was prohibited for every one of us not to pass. Even the downfall guys, they're also passing it. Yeah. And then if you do, in fact, Malaya, I would like you to do investigative journalism to know why those downfall yellow boats are passing that very particular route. You know why? They have some certain people. I'm giving you expo here. They have some certain people they pay money to. I can tell you categorically. Because, and then if you look at their bosses, you will see some Omalaja. You see some funny names, some funny sticker. When you now ask them, why are you putting this sticker? They will tell you those are the people they were paying for. And then you, a private car, that you follow the rules, you just stay inside the door. You see this guy going, and then you will now wonder, where is the law? So concerning this very particular topic now, no matter what, I repeat, no matter what this woman did, he ought not to beat that woman. Because now you have lost your license, and then the company have taxed you. So why are you doing that? No matter the best thing you could do is to walk away, and then if you are tired of the marriage, let this woman go. And then the woman that went ahead and beat the side chick, as she said, she have no right to do that. Yorùbá máa sọ wípé ọkọ yín ni kẹ́ ẹ kìlọ̀ fún, afẹ́ yín lọ́kọ. Good morning, God bless you.
Thank you. I'll come to you, Amaka, in a second. Let me let you jump in here. Go ahead.
See Yakubu's voice. Yakubu, who are you fighting with? They rise. Nigerians, we are angry people. He started from 5, 15. I'm wondering, like, oh God.
That's Yakubu for you. But let me tell you one of the reasons why women like to confront the side chicks, because sometimes they need the evidence. You see, when your husband is cheating on you, and you're in the house having a conversation, you don't have anything. There can be denial where he apologizes and then everything is swept under the carpet and you're fine. Tomorrow you tell somebody, oh, he cheated, and then really? We didn't hear nothing. I beg, move on. But some women, they'll tell you the reason why they go and look for that woman, just to have somebody. In fact, this particular person I was telling you, her therapist specifically asked her to get somebody to carry a camera, enter the place, go there, record them, have the evidence, you keep the evidence. And she's thinking to herself, how do I do this? Because she knows I always do bring in therapists and coaches. She's like, do I think it's a good idea? I said, I don't think that's a good idea. And you have no business, but you going there, if that gives you some kind of strength, fine, but don't confront. So she was going to go in there to record, catch them. Yes, I have evidence. But do we need that? But can you understand why a woman would need that? Because if she does it behind closed doors, as the society expects us to do, it's not going to give her any leverage. So maybe that's why they insist on confrontation.
Okay, so
I would never, Sha.
Okay, so back to anger management with what you just said, right? And it's this kind of situation where I was watching something where a lady, she gets so angry and then she beat up her husband and a worker, and then they now told her that the court now told her that she must go to therapy, and they said that she has to lose her business and everything. So the therapist, when we say that we have to model the anger management to Nigeria and everything, this was in Korea, and then they told her that anytime she's angry, she should carry her anger on her back and walk backwards and forward. That she does that 3 times, but should have gathered herself. So when they annoyed her,
in South Korea.
so when she found her husband's side chick in the hospital, she beat up her husband. Her husband ended up in the hospital. So she went to see her husband. Now saw the husband's side chick in the hospital. And happened to be her friend. She just carried her anger, said, I carried my anger.
She was walking back and forth.
She could not. She started screaming. So that was so funny. Like, what I'm trying to say is that you should not even fight anybody. The person you are in business with is your husband.
Okay.
The person you need to fight or quarrel with is your husband, not the other person, because anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
For it.
Let me
The worst one that will happen is the woman will now beat you very well on top of your anger.
Right.
They will not discipline you.
When you're an angry woman, trust me, nobody can beat you.
That's not
They beat
true.
one.
No, you know that she was not angry.
No, she was
If
not
you are
angry.
an angry woman,
That's not
if you're an angry woman, you're going to confront.
That's
Trust
not
me.
true.
Let me tell you the truth.
They can't beat you.
If you don't have power, you don't have power. Whether you
can be angry
or
or
not, they will beat this.
Asoneke from Auchi.
Don't be silly in your body there.
From Auchi, good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead. You're
I'm
live.
Kilo. Okay, thank you. Let me really appreciate the beautiful ladies in the house.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Good enough that you are all ladies. What the drama that has actually played out between these couples, honestly, as a man, I do not subscribe to the issue of any man assaulting his wife in whatever circumstance.
Because what is more important is that couples must have deep understanding. Because that is what makes the relationship thrive. If there is no understanding, automatically there will be a breakdown. If there are issues, there are ways, diplomatic ways under which issues are resolved. Because when a woman wants to overreact, there are fundamental questions that woman will ask herself. What do I intend to achieve? For example, you get up because you see a side chick with your husband. You resort to going to create a show, fight that woman, engage her in physical combat. What have you achieved as a wife, a responsible woman? You ask yourself about that. Like the other lady said, it is for me to engage my husband rather than go out to look for another chick who is actually trying to destroy my home. If you are able to get the attention of your husband to know exactly what he is doing, it's very uncalled for, uncultured, uncivilized. You're able to talk senses. You will discover that at the end you will win the man over. I give my own typical case because no man is perfect. There are some of us who are playboy. Like my own typical situation where I was actually running out of the, maybe let me say, out of the domain. My wife eventually just called me and said, "You are too civilized for this." What is all this game for? My wife, I respect her highly because I've discovered her. She's a role model in the society. And she gave me to understand, if other people see you misbehaving, conducting yourself in this manner, what are you eventually alluding to my kind of person? And I respect that opinion very strongly. And ever since, I've been what I want to be to honor that message. You see, women who have an enduring elasticity of perseverance. You just must have that to be able to conduct yourself.
Thank you, sir. I didn't hear. Thank you.
He found out something. So his wife found out he's stepping out a bit, and the wife didn't confront the lady, but confronted him to say that she's a respectable person, and what he's doing reflects on her, and she's a public figure, and what the action he's carrying out would demean what she's trying to achieve. And he said he respects his wife a lot, that he had to step back and corrected himself and started living according to who he wanted to be. And I think that it's very, very good to have that in the public domain. Like the man said, no human being is perfect. But we are on a journey, which means we are working on ourselves. And that was why I said this woman that put out this video, even though she was battered, can still have a good marriage with this same man. If they both will go into therapy, they would both change their ways and decide on a better path going forward.
Let me take this message from Tolu Meduna. It says, I believe the only time one should confront a side chick is if the person is one's associate, family, or friend. If it's somebody that I know, I don't know, we'll see.
Well, it depends on the confrontation. Am I going to confront and say, Morayo,
no fights.
I saw you with my husband. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Or am I going to say, Morayo, ha! And then Morayo just give me a punch, boom, and I fall down, boom. I disgrace myself in 2 ways.
The manner in which the approach is also very important, how you do it. Okay, let's go back to the domestic violence, because it's always easy to slide into these areas of cheating, but the domestic violence, a lot of men don't think is a problem, because there's a video I even saw, a woman said, I want my husband to slap me. Yes, it's his job to correct me. Some people actually have that mentality that it's your husband. It's love. Now he's just correcting you. Love.
It makes everything sweeter.
Especially when the bride is much younger than he's like your father. He's your father. Yes, he's correcting you. So whether we want to believe it or not, there are some people that believe in that school of thought. And I think which is important for us to address domestic violence. We all know at this level that is wrong. But for women out there, don't think so.
So it's a circle. It's what you see. If all you've seen in your life is that they eat okra on top of rice, if somebody else is eating okra with eba, you will be wondering, why are you doing like this? Because all you know is, and then I that have always eaten that I see okra as this is how we should be eating, will look at you like it is strange. So for some people, they were born into a household where violence was normal. Correction was seen as I will beat that disrespect out of you. Where the father always felt any disrespect, you get beaten. And based on that, they would feel if I am in an environment and my husband is not correcting me like that, he doesn't really love me. I've heard people say that, like, if he really loves you, if he doesn't get jealous, he does not love you. If he doesn't get angry, he does not love you. And it doesn't work for me, but for them, it makes sense. Which is why people, the problem we deal with our traumas that we're going through. But domestic violence is definitely a no-no. We all agree on it. But we also need to understand the context of the parties and where they are coming from.
You said something earlier about that. This shouldn't be a deal breaker, that the marriage can still be sustained.
Yes,
but some people say once is domestic violence, there's
because it depends on who the person is. If you've had a personal experience of someone getting beaten and dying, the day they raise hand to slap you, you will run from that place and say, I'm done. But if you've had experience of people getting beaten and recovering and things go on well, that's what you would do. Especially, I was thinking about something yesterday and I said, you can't fight a child, a baby, someone like 6 months old, for eating and messing up his face. Because the baby doesn't know better. You might be meeting a man that does not know better, loves you to stupor, but in his entire psyche, cheating is normal, beating is a way to express himself.
Get healed, before getting into marriage.
So, he might not get healed before marriage.
So, wait. So, I want us to be very real here. So, your husband has that mental disorder. That's how he grew up. Now your guys are married. Shouldn't he step aside or allow you to step aside so he can be mentally well and then come back to you? Because if you stay in that place, yes, he was accused of beating you. He might stop beating you, but he might continue shouting. The aggression might continue because he doesn't want to beat you because he has promised not to beat you, but he will continue to verbally abuse you, emotionally abuse you. So why can't the man in this kind of situation, student society understand? In this situation, two of you must step aside. Let the man heal, let the woman heal, and when you become whole, you will come back.
Like she said, we're a product of our environment. I used to have a close friend, a very close friend, where all I was doing was settling matter. Where she even says that as the relationship is boring. The other side, there's no drama. They are constantly beating her, giving her black eye, like serious beating.
Real life story.
Real life story. This used to be my very close friend. I used to spend all time, settling matter. They'll beat her, she will insult the guy and everything and say she's not doing it again. The next minute, she'll even go behind you, that you're even telling her, come out now. But she said she'll come at you. She'll still go behind you and reconcile with the guy. You'll be looking foolish. And you'll be calling her. The phone will be on speaker. The girl will be hearing the conversation. You're the enemy. So there's some people that they will never leave abuse. Do you understand? Then they start seeing you as the enemy, they send them to come out. While some people, like she said, people are a product of their environment. If they just hear that slap, if they just get that slap, it's done for. But I just feel like that both the person that is being abused and the abused, both of you are damaged because I don't understand how it is okay. So because you're damaging your children, the people around you, and a lot of things is going on. It's not just about you.
That's the real conversation.
I know someone that they took 10-year break, and I've shared that story before. Now, I don't know the
entire... Are they back together?
They are back together. There was a complete 10 years apart, and Lanre Lushola reunited them. What caused the breakup must have been a major deal breaker. But now they're together, and they've been together now for about 4 years. It was in 2020, after COVID, that they came back together, and they are still together till now. So it's about 4 years. So the 3 children, full-grown man, full-grown woman, it was a major issue, and they lived apart. The man has healed. The woman feels that we're at a good place, and they came back together. So I think it's very, very important that you can go through that separate period. Yes. It does not end life.
Yes.
And give yourself time to find yourself very well and reconnect on the level of, I want to make this work no matter what.
That's where
we're not managing to old age.
That's where I want us to go. That's where I want this conversation to end. Because we discussed domestic violence a lot of time, and we say you can come back together. But what does coming back together mean? So I forgive you as your husband, I forgive you as a wife.
You're not managing each other.
And we're not managing. We shouldn't force couples to continue to manage those emotions. You need time apart. We're not asking you to divorce. We're saying it's important that you're whole. Where your emotional imbalance that you had, go and find it. Go and find the root cause of your anger. Resolve it. Become a better man. If it's a woman, if your own is aggression, go and find the root cause of your aggression. purge yourself of that. And then when you come back, you're coming to a healthier relationship. That way, you're living to your 60s and you're like, why you're still banging at the age of, sorry, you're still engaged. No, sorry, yes, no, sorry, I take that back. I take that back. You're still engaging in the other room at the age of 60. Yes.
You are getting.
Sorry. It was a slip of the mouth.
So I was going to ask.
Hey, caller, Waiki, calm down. Good morning, Elder Henry, you're live.
Good morning, ladies. Can I still air my view on the apology?
It's your view, let it count. Go ahead, please.
First and foremost, the honorable member first said, I am a human. That phrase alone means that he was not from his mind. For him to say, I'm human, before say apology. To me, he apologized to all members of the National Assembly, not to that guy that he insulted, that he slapped, that he beat up, he tore his clothes. I'm happy that he had been charged to court. Yesterday, he appeared in court. So probably the court will be able to bring out all that they are required for you to pay that guy. I don't think he has paid that guy. First of all, we need to pay that guy before every other thing. That's my view. And secondly, Dr. Asking yesterday was superb. Doctor, keep it up. God bless you.
Okay, YK, let me let you.
Yes. I was going to ask the woman releasing the video, if it was her that released the video, do you think it was wrong? Because the people that are going at her now, they're going at her because she released the video.
Well, I don't know. It could have been a cry for help. So, again, I find it difficult for a woman to say, unless she's ready to be done with the marriage, like, I don't care, everything goes to blazes, I release it out to the public. But if it's a woman that really wants to keep her house, there's a possibility she released that to family or friends or loved ones. And listen, see what he did, though. I've been telling you guys that this man is verbally abusive, he's physically abusive. You don't believe me. See the video, the evidence finally. Maybe she just installed the CCTV camera for her family. Now, it's possible that she cannot determine who would forward to who. And then post on social media. So there's a possibility it wasn't her. That's what I'm saying. Now, the person that posted it on social media was also wrong. That person obviously is trying to get traction. What was the objective for posting that on social media? Because she's probably just trying to let family know. Now, if it was her that posted it, maybe in her mind, she's done. This is the last straw. I'm throwing it out there. I'm out of here. People like that. Yes. See, people like that, sometimes a woman, possible, at that moment that you are seeing the video, she has already gone to Canada. She has already, she posted it at the plane. Or maybe while she has finished boarded. Boss posted, and then she's landing in Canada. So anything happens, families have no where to find her. So that's the kind of thing a woman that might intentionally post it would do. That's what I would do. And
you also realize that, as in women too, we need to also realize that action speaks louder than words. Sometimes the man has fallen out of love. People fall out of love, and it's okay. Yeah. Because it's something you can't control.
Oh, God bless you.
We need to, for the fact that you're married to somebody does not mean it's forever. People fall out of love, and then they start resenting you, and they start projecting their resentment in different ways. They start acting out. When someone does not respect you and start diminishing you, it's time to move. It's time to leave. You can't lose yourself because you want to stay married, because you want to stay there, and then someone kills you because he feels that he wants to breathe. But, Kamaka, let me stay on you for a second. When they say you fall out of love, in Nigerian system, we manage that because we believe that fall out of love is just maybe in this, maybe 15 years. Because in your 60s, you need a companion like YK. So even though I fall out of love for you for maybe 10, 15 years, I'm in my 60s, I don't want to grow old alone. I need a companion. So even though I don't like you, the fact that you're just there, that companionship justifies that 10, 15 years of no love. But so that's the reward. That's the reward they tell a Nigerian woman you get. But you're breeding resentment, you're breeding anger. But you'll be happy you have a companion in your 70s. You're breeding resentment and anger every day. Every day. In your 70s, yes. Quarreling and your children are settling quarrel, grandchildren are settling quarrel. Why is grandma and grandpa always shouting and fighting each other? In their 70s,
few old age. So there's no this conversation.
Like me, I want to be like you when I'm in my 60s. I want to be like you. You know, so all of us must begin. Because that's why you're on your view. You are inspiring a lot of women in their 60s to be happy, wearing heels, looking fine, traveling around the world, and they don't have to be managing relationships.
Exactly.
So like a role model to many women.
Thank you.
Okay, we have to wrap up very soon. Let's take a few comments on social media.
Yes.
Let's take a few comments.
Let me read comments on social media. Somebody was saying that if I don't like anyone
Talk
to
mic
be
is
around
awful.
me-
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Oh.
Amaka, any comments?
Okay, yeah, so the comment, they said, at times they resent the woman, but want her to remain in the house to raise their children. Do you understand? But she must allow them go seek comfort outside the home.
See,
So, yeah,
you see, guys,
selfishness.
we are just getting to the crux of this conversation. I wish we got here earlier, because this is the real problem. The offshoot of these domestic violence relationships, the offshoot of these emotional, verbally abusive marriages. What happens afterwards? How do we fix it? And that's where we're getting to. Let's take a few more comments and we wrap up.
Fidelis Aiton again. It says, it is absurd to ask a woman what a woman did to provoke assault. Whatever it is, it's barbaric to raise your hand against a woman, irrespective of cause. Wrong is wrong. Bisi Olabisi says, I saw a side chick's comment on IG that says, why did the woman call the side chick? Damilola Balogun says, so if a woman holds you at gunpoint, it is still not enough to provoke assault, a bit to defend yourself.
If a woman holds you, if somebody is holding you at gunpoint, run.
Let us not always accuse a woman who approaches the side chick. Because sometimes you feel like you want to have a civil conversation with another woman, a one-on-one. Like, Amaka,
but it's never civil.
your intention is civility. Is you want to be civil. Like, okay, Amaka, what exactly, why are you, especially if it's a friend of yours or somebody, a colleague, you know, the intention is civil. But then, unfortunately, it never ends civil. So that's why you always say, you're better off not starting that conversation at all. That's all we can take on today's show. Have a great day.
I want to
We'll
read
see you
Hafsa's
tomorrow.
reply.
Bye for now.
So if you were civil and I say, but yeah.